In case you've failed to pick up on the signs, it's Christmas. But here's what might seem like an odd question. Should Christians celebrate Christmas? Well, hang around. Let's talk about it. As odd as that question sounds, there was a time in history when good Christians didn't celebrate the holiday. At least good Puritan Christians didn't. The holiday was banned by the Puritans in power in England in 1649, and any observance of the holiday at all, even taking a day off from work, was punishable by a 5-shilling fine by the Massachusetts Bay Colony 10 years later, with, again, the Puritan Christians playing the role of Scrooge. So what was their problem with it? Well, it was one part anti-Catholic attitude, one part biblical objection, and one part moral concern. You see, Puritans despised the Catholics and viewed Christmas as an entirely Catholic creation, thus their biblical objection to Christmas. Nowhere in Scripture are we commanded to celebrate the day of Christ's birth, much less dedicate an entire season to it. Add to that the moral looseness and excess associated with the 12 days of Christmas at the time, and the Puritans just wanted nothing to do with it, and wanted to make sure no one else did either. Attitudes, objections, and concerns obviously softened over time, so that now Christmas celebrations are enthusiastically enjoyed by Jesus followers. Anyone who visits our home during the holidays will know immediately Julie and I have no problem with celebrating. And as I think about it, in all my years of ministry, I can only think of one person who objected to the celebration and observance of the Christmas holiday. But is there something to learn from the Puritans about the celebration of Christmas without engaging in their legalistic excesses? I think so. While we can and should throw out the anti-Catholic attitudes that drove the Puritans, and while arguing the Bible doesn't command it, doesn't at all mean it forbids it, the Puritans did have a valid concern with how Christmas was celebrated. It was essentially a midwinter Mardi Gras, a winter solstice spring break, and let's be honest, Christmas remains a season of excess in our culture. Americans admit they drink more and to excess during the holidays, 27% more according to one survey. Americans admit they eat more during the Christmas season. Holiday weight is a real thing, and about a third of Americans go into debt during the holidays. And study after study shows that people are more sexually promiscuous during the holidays. So it seems that the observation made by 16th century pastor Hugh Latimer still rings true today. He wrote, "Men dishonor Christ more in the 12 days of Christmas than in all the 12 months beside." And clearly for followers of Jesus, this is not okay. That doesn't mean we should ban Christmas, but it does mean that our commitment to Christ and not our commitment to merriment should be front and center in our celebration. So, let me suggest 3 things to dial in a Christ-honoring Christmas celebration. First, honor Christ with your celebrating. Look, God is a God of celebration. He's the God who, Psalm 105:15 says, gave wine that gladdens human hearts and oil to make their faces shine and bread that sustains their hearts, all of which are references to feasting and celebration. He is the God who created the feast of the Old Testament and has prepared the feast of heaven. But still, drunkenness is a sin. Gluttony is a sin at Christmas as well as at other times of year. So know the difference between wine gladdening your heart and tipsiness. And know the difference between heart-sustaining eating and gluttony. And honor Christ with your celebrating. Second, honor Christ with your selflessness. Everyone's generosity impulse is activated during the season of gift giving, and we find ourselves wanting to help others less fortunate than ourselves. That's good. But for Jesus followers, this annual burst of generosity is a reminder that our selflessness in service to others can't be seasonal. Scripture asks in 1 John 3:17, "If anyone has the world's goods and sees his brother in need, yet closes his heart against him, how does God's love abide in him?" So honor Christ with your selflessness this Christmas by committing to it the other months of the year, not just December. And finally, honor Christ with your focus. It's trite, but it's true. Jesus is the reason for the season. So make sure that everyone knows He is the focus of your celebration. Enjoy the other stuff. Just don't get distracted from the main thing by it. Merry Christmas, and have a Christ-honoring celebration. Want to talk about something else? Just ask by emailing justask@bluevalleychurch.org, or check out our Just Ask playlist here on the Blue Valley Church YouTube channel or previous reels on the Blue Valley Instagram.